It's a best of 5 series. Game number 1, everything on the line here. Swag and Tiger had a pretty good road to get here. Obviously, they just beat Arctic in a best of 3 series not too long ago. Pretty Boy Swag getting here as well. And they're here in this best of 5 series. Obviously, very familiar with Pretty Boy Swag. All of them very good friends of mine. Not too unfamiliar with Swag either, though. You look at Swag and Tiger, that's a team that's used to be, of course, composed of key players, as well as Pain Brazil, I believe is what they were called in the American Dota League. Ned obviously was a big fan of him. Klotz was there as well, I believe. Two strong teams, and this is really going to set the tone for the entire series, I think. So we're underway here in the draft already. You can see the Bristleback pick, or ban, excuse me, already coming up for Swag and Tiger, as well as the Visage and Elder Titan on the other side. We'll see if we can get something along the lines of an Alchemist pick, a Slark pick early on. PBS does value Death Prophet very highly. They may pick that up for Ryu if he decides to go mid. Then again, MSS is in fact playing for Pretty Boy Swag right now. That's something to keep in mind. Demise, who had played for them previously, he looks to be not here either. Maybe using MSS as a stand-in, or more sort of a, I guess, a player that's going to be around a lot more. We'll see what happens as of course the future rolls on here. But we do have that Alchemist ban, like I was talking about, a pretty good ban coming up from Swag and Tiger. Make sure you don't have that really imbalanced support with Unstable Concoction, Medallion of Courage, just doing so much damage to you. That's not going to happen right now. Pretty Boy Swag, they have a choice of a couple good heroes though. Crystal Main being one of them. I already talked about the Death Prophet, but that won't get picked first. I don't think so anyway. There's a couple other good heroes you can pick up. Slark, like I talked about already. Let's see here. There's Timbersaw as well, which I know Ryu values very highly. I know Cakes can play it really well, MSS as well. So they should go Timbersaw here. I feel like with their first pickup, I'd be very surprised to see them not do that. But it's their choice. They might try to do something a little bit more experimental because it is a best of 5 series. Genuinely wanted to get off to a pretty good start here with something that they can feel comfortable with in picking. But they can go for something more experimental in terms of what they want to do here. So we'll see what they want to do as we do get into the game. Once again, thank you for joining us here at Best of 5 Series, ladies and gentlemen. Hopefully you start coming on in, checking out, of course, this GERD tournament. I gotta say, props to the guys that have run this tournament. We were talking about it in the lobby, but they've put together such a great tournament here. They've gotten a lot of viewers. They've gotten Dota 2 Lounge involved, and really that's exactly what they needed to do for, of course, North American Dota to grow. So props to them, and South America too as well. I should, of course, neglect that considering who's playing in the game. Venomates are picked up first for Pretty Boy Swag right now. Very strong support, no disable, but obviously very good at laning, can work well in mid if they want to send it there. I highly doubt it though, but a lot of early game aggression, and if they go for a Death Prophet, it helps them push a little bit quicker with those Plague Wards. So he could deal a lot of damage. Of course, he can be very cancerous in just how much damage he can do to you. Swag will have to be very careful about that. And we'll see what they want to pick up here in just a moment. So already getting to the reserve time a little bit. 1 minute and 46 seconds left now. Like I said, that Timbersaw is still available. The Crystal Maiden, they can go for Chen or Enchantress, which you saw Arctic, or excuse me, for Sweet Revenge value very highly. But they're going to go for the Nature's Prophet DK. And that is a lot of push coming out very early on here. Dragon Knight has seen a lot of play as of recently. He's a very strong hero for good reason. His Breathe Fire is a huge nuke early on in the game. He's very tanky. He's very tough to deal with because he has all of that armor. Elder Dragon form giving you that poison pushing potential, plus the splash damage when it hits level 11 as well. Nature's Prophet, well, we know what he can do. We've seen him in many games before, so not a big surprise to see him first pick. Pretty Boy Swag, they have a couple of options here. There's plenty of great supports. There's plenty of great offlaners. There's plenty of great carries to pick for them right now. Will they go down that route? I'm not sure. 1 minute and 30 seconds left for them. They're going to go right into the Storm Spirit, surprisingly enough, which is weird because, not many people like to first pick or at least second pick that hero. And I guess it works against the Dragon Knight mid. And also really good for ganking Nature's Prophet as well, which is not very surprising there. But, and if you were watching the NSL last night, you saw obviously Team Zephyr picked it up first pick in both games they played. Which is like, okay, they have Blitz. That's understandable. Like, you're going to do that if you have Blitz. But they don't have like a Blitz on their team. MSS is a good Storm player, obviously. So is Ryu, but I'm not sure if it's worthy of a first pick material. Then again, ganking the Nature's Prophet, it's pretty effective. They ban out the Lifestealer from Swag and Tiger. That's a pretty smart play there, just to make sure that Lifestealer doesn't do anything crazy with the Storm Spirit, so that's not going to happen. The Chen and Enchantress, like I talked about already, immediately banned thereafter from Pretty Boy Swag, so good stuff there. And already, I do enjoy this draft so far. I think both teams have gotten something special. Pretty Boy Swag kind of, a little bit of a counter to that Nature's Prophet, like I talked about already. Venomates was very good. Dragon Knight and Nature's Prophet are good in their own right as well. Clockwork banned out. MSS can play that hero to great effect. Cake can as well. We've seen him play it and dominate with it in the past. So we'll see what they want to pick up here for the next couple of picks. Rubik pick, interestingly enough, coming out from Swag and Tiger. And a smart little support play there. He has that disable with Telekinesis. Spell Steal is going to be good for the Venomancer, Storm Spirit, and even the Timbersaw. So a big pickup, like I said, you know, they had it available to him, and they all love playing that hero, so I'm not surprised they picked it. So we're rolling on here. The picks are done. Pretty Boy Swag needs another support and a carry at this point. Timbersaw will most likely go offlane or solo safe. Storm Spirit's going to be mid. Venomancer will probably be part of either an aggro tri-lane, defensive tri-lane, or a dual lane with a jungle hero. The question is, what do they jungle with? And Doom has kind of fallen off as that jungle hero. No one really picks it as that jungle anymore. He's kind of either in lane
5 seconds remaining.
pretty much all the time. So we wouldn't see that, I don't believe. Enigma can be picked from time to time. There's a couple other heroes that do fit that role. Weaver's going to come out from Swag and Tiger. They have a very aggressive early lineup here. Weaver, if he can get some farm into a Lincoln Sphere and Desolator, it's going to be tough for them to bring him down in the first place. So with all of that farm on him, it's going to be even harder to kill him. So the Weaver pickup is very strong from Swag right now. They've got the Weaver Rubik probably in lane together with DK mid, Nature's Prophet off lane, and another hero to pick up, which also could be a jungle here, but more likely a support. A defensive try with Weaver is not necessarily the best, so they might even do aggro try solo safely Nature's Prophet because they have that Weaver and Rubik. They could be very aggressive in that that scenario. And the Weaver against Venomancer is also extraordinarily strong, so I think that's a very smart pickup from Swag. I think that if Venomancer is going to Venomous scale, you're just going to be like, all right, I'm just going to Shikuji, and you're not going to kill me, so you're going to be very sad after this. And with 1 minute and 11 seconds left on reserve time right now for Pretty Boy Swag, they have a bit of, they've got a bit of questions that they need answered right now. What do we go for here? Do we pick up something that has lockdown? Do we pick up a Crystal Maiden up against a Weaver? Do we pick up something that's more carry-oriented right now? What do we do in this scenario? And I think that the good thing is they have the Storm Spirit, so they can lock down that Weaver if necessary with the Electric Vortex. So it's not like they're, missing on disables 100% of the time, but still, they do need a bit more in that regard. I think that if they're going to be able to want to kill this Weaver, they do have a lot of burst damage. They just need one disable, at least one more disable. I feel like Crystal Maid could fit that. They're going to go for the Invoker, which works just as well with Cold Snap, obviously. So I do like this pickup coming up from Pretty Boy Swag. It's interesting, though, because they already have that Storm Spirit. Unless they want to safe lane Storm Spirit, that Invoker probably is going to be mid, I think, just because it doesn't really function well anywhere else, so I'd be very surprised to see him go anywhere else other than mid right now. So it's a very interesting pickup coming from them right now. And this is even more early game than what Swag has because they have no real carry at this point. I think they're going to go for another support here in just a moment. They have to, really, because they already have kind of those three core heroes with the Invoker, the Storm Spirit, and the Timbersaw, but that obviously could change.
10 seconds remaining.
One more pick to go. The last bans were, of course, the Bane and the Nyx Assassin. And strong bans there, obviously. Bane's good against the Weaver. Have that Fiend's Grip. No such luck this time around. So the problem is going to be Pretty Boy Swag. They need to get some levels for this Invoker. Storm Spirit has to be effective in ganking, and Timbersaw has to do a decent job in his offlane or wherever he's put. Getting experience, getting levels, and getting some sort of farm, and then becoming effective enough to help fight in the mid game. They're going to go for Crystal Maiden on Swag and Tiger's side, which is surprising because I thought Pretty Boy Swag was going to be able to pick that up, but they went for the Invoker first, which was not necessary. So Crystal Maiden pickup is huge with the Rubik. That's a lot of lockdown. Good roaming supports as well. They can gank mid very effectively, so whoever's Storm Spirit is going to be very careful about when the supports are coming through. Do they have vision? Do they have any detection? Do they have supports of their own roaming on through? Venomancer could start in the jungle, which is a nice thing, or at least get to the jungle at some point in time. So could Crystal Maiden. She could obviously Frostbite, which you see a lot of CMs do. Level 1 Frostbite, get some farm there, get some gold there, and get to level 2 before you maybe even smoke gank mid or something along those lines. So Pretty Boy Swag, they've got to choose what they want to do pretty wisely right now. I still feel that they need some sort of lockdown here. Especially against that Weaver and Nature's Prophet. They do have the Storm Spirit, but is it going to be enough? Is the Invoker going to be helpful as well? They have 30 seconds left on reserve time. A lot of the supports that had disables are gone now, including obviously the Bane and the Alchemist. There's still many left, like Eventual Spirit. They're going to go for the Wind Ranger instead, which is very surprising to me. Sheep is going to play it, so he is going to be supporting with that Wind Ranger. It's a very interesting lineup coming out right now for Pretty Boy Swag, and a very experimental one as well. So I'm excited to see what they're going to be able to do with this lineup right now. As we jump into the game, it's the first game of the Dota 2 Canada Cup Season 2 Grand Finals, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for joining us. Let me throw up these overlays real quick. Boom, boom, there you go. Showing you that we do, of course, have a little bit of love from the Dota 2 lounge.
Prepare for battle.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, so thank you so much for joining us here. It's game number 1. Once again, my name is Mont. Joining me in game 2, 3, 4, and 5, if it goes that far, will be, of course, Helium Umbrella. Oh boy, I did not change my camera settings, so hold on a second real quick, guys. I'm a fool. I'm probably not even... My mic's probably not even on. That's sad to think about. It's not. Oh boy. Yeah, I got it. Alright, so jumping into the game, you can see some tree ants already scouting things out. There's some 5-man aggression coming out from Swag and Tiger, just trying to see if they can get any pickoffs or throw this ward down here, make sure they block that camp. And so already, hopefully, sentry wards are purchased up for Pretty Boy Swag. Pandago doesn't have them. Maybe, of course, Sheep does. He actually does have those sentries on him right now. Let's get into some introductions real quick. On the side of Pretty Boy Swag, we have Cakes on the Timber Saw. Up at that top lane, K plus J forever is Reborus will be on the Invoker. Down bottom in the jungle, we've got I'm a Sheep Sucks will be on the Wind Ranger. Pandago will be on the Venomancer and to round it all out, Mojo Storm Stout, MSS will be on the Storm Spirit. On the other side of things, for Swag and Tiger, we've got Klotz 2-2 will be on the Weaver. Ned is going to be on the Crystal Maiden. 420, Yellow Blazer will be on the Rubik. Up in the mid lane right now, we will have Lelouch Vibrichania will be on the Dragonite, and top will be Solo Safe Lane, Nature's Prophet, played by Tavo. So, solo versus solo. Cake should have a very good time here, assuming he gets reactive armor early on. He could just start dealing damage with, of course, his Whirling Death, his Timber Chain as well if he scales that up. But it's going to be try versus try down bottom. This is a very aggressive try lane for, of course, the Dire team here for Swag and Tiger. So Radiant team has to be careful. MSS, he can be very aggressive with his Static Remnant, and Klotz is not the tankiest hero in the world, so they will have to be careful of getting caught in a position or just taking some right-click damage from MSS. So already MSS, of course, playing for EG, really strong player, but he is standing in right now for Pretty Boy Swag, and we'll see what he can do and if he can carry this team to victory as the solo Storm Spirit, or excuse me, in the tri lane. MSS taking Chikuchi damage, right clicks in Crystal Nova as well. Ned went for Crystal Nova early on, not going for the Frostbite instead. Not necessarily the worst thing in the world. You can kind of interchange those two, especially if you're an aggressive tri lane. I prefer, of course, the Frostbite, but it works just as well. MSS trying to get some last hits here, obviously down to this bottom lane. Mid lane matchup. Reboards with Exhort early on should be doing just fine. Obviously, Breathe Fire can get Lelouch some last hits very easily, and he already has 5. You can see Invoker is trying to catch up. He'll probably go for Basilius, maybe into Midas, I'd imagine, for Ryu. That seems to be the common choice of items for the Invoker. We'll keep our eyes down bottom. Last hits for, of course, the Weaver are 3. MSS is sitting at 6. Top lane already, you can see Tavo has to clarity up. He's trying to just make as many treants as possible and try to harass Cakes out of lane. He's already taken a bit of damage here. He does have that 1 point of reactive armor, so his regen is there. His Rolling Death, of course, obviously trying to do as much damage as possible, as well as his last hits. But down here in the bottom lane, Klotz is trying to, of course, contest this pull. There's a Shackle Shot. It does last, but only for a moment there. There's going to be the uses of the Venom Scale, but the Shikuchi is going. It is on cooldown for 6 more seconds, taking a lot of damage. Pandago has Poison Sting early on. 420, kind of coming in and just saying, okay, no, you're not going to be here anymore. I'm going to make sure you get out of a bad position, essentially. So you can see the courier bringing Klotz something right now, or excuse me, Ryu is trying to get that illusion rune, and he should get it here, of course. He has that range. He's a little bit faster than the Dragonite. Unfortunately for the DK, he can't get there to contest that rune. Down bottom lane, still no action happening just yet. Obviously, a nice Shackle Shot coming in from Sheep. Pandago using his clarity. He still has another Venomous Scale plus Poison Sting, which did a lot of damage to Klotz, and you can see he's already kind of low. He did regen up. He's got 5 more Tangos left in the bank here. The right clicks are going, as you can see. Top lane, Cakes is still farming away right now. Tavo is just sitting on 12 last hits, so just farming pretty much everywhere. Went for Ring of Basilius up on Nature's Prophet. Hasn't turned it on just yet. Not wanting to push the lane out, obviously, so that's the thing. MSS here. He's sitting on his Ring of Protection. Last Tango's eaten up. He's going to buy his Ring of Basilius early on here, actually. And for right now, it's just the farm game. Nothing really crazy happening. Bottom lane is where the action should happen. Hopefully I don't miss first blood. I'm going to keep my eyes poised on this minimap right now. Mid lane, Lelouch is Breathe Fire level 2, level 4 right now, level 4 for the Invoker as well. Ryu is winning this lane just a little bit. He did take a Breathe Fire there. He might have to salve right now. No bottle for him, obviously, as that Invoker. Pandago actually did use that Sentry Ward and countered it, but there's another Sentry Ward here in the trees, so he's not quite sure where this is. There's actually Amisheep Sucks with his Sentry Wards. He's still got 1 left available. His sentry is going to go away in a couple moments, though. Not too long. 2 minutes and 16 seconds. So Klotz is just going to buy his boots, it looks like, or Basilius and maybe a magic stick. Shackle Shot does latch right now. Maybe an electric vortex. There's going to be a telekinesis. Shikuchi not used just yet. Frostbite. MSS taking a lot of damage here. Can they get this kill? There's the pull. Sunstrike's going to go through as well. That's first blood from Ryu right there. 420 is getting low. Power shot. Right clicks. That's 2 down. MSS almost dying, but not quite there. And they trade effectively. Shackle Shot goes on Ned. Doesn't matter. Well played from the Radiant team. TP's coming back through, but already Pretty Boy Swag getting the better end of this trade down to the bottom lane. And we caught first blood. I didn't miss it. Nice job, me. Excellent. I'm so good at this. So Ryu actually is going for the hand of -60. He's got 1,300 gold in the bank, sitting on an old talisman. DD, he's actually going to the mid lane. He's going to go ahead and, of course, invoke that Cold Snap if he wants to try to go on the Dragon Knight. Does not decide to do so. Telekinesis on Pandago down in that bottom lane. There's the Crystal Nova. He is going to fall to Shikuchi and the right-click damage. Sheep has to back off. Power Shot, not enough damage to take Ned down. And he will get out of there. Fate Bolt as well. They're still chasing. Shikuchi ready in 1 second. He's going to go. MSS and Sheep both in trouble here. And Klotz does pick up the kill. MSS is low. Nice one. Sunstrike as well. Is it on the mark? It is. MSS turns at the right time to grab the kill. What a Sunstrike coming in from Ryu as well. It looks like it was just a little bit out of range, but it did pick up the kill anyways. So looks like no. Pandago does get picked off as well. Of course, on the Sheep sucks. But already 3-2 the score. Ryu involved in 2 of those kills, picking up 2 of them. His Midas is pretty much done if he wants it at about 5 minutes in, which is really nice for a mid-invoker, especially up against a DK who's breathe firing you. He's just like, I'm just going to throw fire in your face. You're not going to be having a good time. But Ryu is having a pretty good time right now. Not that much mana, and this is the problem. You don't have that Basilius to give you that mana regen as early on as you would like. So Elder Dragon form is going to go. Ryu's going to back off. Dragon Tail is level 1, so he doesn't have that long range. You can see how low it is. Obviously, that's the melee range, but of course, the range for the Elder Dragon form is a little bit longer. It still scales up, as you can see.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Down to the bottom lane, you can see Klotz is trying to get some farm for him right now, but he's at 15 last hits. MSS is at 22. The good thing is Tavo is at 34 right now. He's getting plenty of farm. He's going to be going for that Midas. It's going to be pretty early as well. Timbersaw Cakes isn't doing too bad for himself. He's sitting on 1,000 gold. Can easily get Arcanes right now and will. Deep into the mid lane. Invoker is back. Ryu's here ready to go. But Elder Dragon form is doing a nice job of just taking last hits. He's doing some tower damage, not that much. Ryu, of course, pulling the wave, just trying to tank it with his, of course, Forge Spirit, which is a pretty good ability. Pretty good unit in the game. So Haste Rune is going to be picked up here for Dragon Knight in just a second, it looks like. He's got that bottle ready to go. MSS down in this bottom lane. He's sitting on, of course, level 4 right now. This is the problem in tri lanes. The levels are so hard to come by. And so MSS doesn't have that early level 6 like you would like to see on Storm Spirit and get to level 11, which is really where you start becoming a pretty big nuisance, I think, in the game. And that seems to be the case with a lot of heroes, is that when you reach level 11, you get your level 2 ult, you start to become kind of a problem. And so experience is a big factor in that part. So you do lose a lot of experience here in a tri-lane, but still, you at least secure farm and you secure kills as well. They kind of knew, obviously, there was going to be that aggressive tri-lane when they saw that Weaver come out, as well as the Rubik. They didn't, obviously Crystal Man was just kind of saying, okay, yeah, we knew 100% that was going to happen. So they had this nice defensive tri-lane set up kills. Obviously, Klotz has been very nice. He's been pretty aggressive, though. They've been pretty on point with their, abilities with the Frostbite, Crystal Nova. But the problem is you can't really account for Sunstrike from the Invoker and how much damage that actually does. And so now with Ryu picking up that Hand of Midas, he's level 8 now, and the levels are just going to come fast and furious here in the next couple of minutes. So it'll take about 5 to 10 minutes for him to get online and really have some decent farm plus levels, and that's really all you need for the Invoker. We'll probably see him get a 4-step early on. He does need some boots, obviously, as well. He's only got Brown, and still that Basilius maybe is going to be kind of effective. They do have, of course, MSS picking that up on their team, so that is something to keep in mind. And the good thing about the Forge Spirits is that they have the armor reduction, the Melting Strike, against the Dragon Knight, who is inherently tanky. He's got 5 + 2, 6 + 3 now, in fact, as he gets to that level 8. So that is something to keep your eye on. Klotz down to this bottom lane is still trying to get last hits right now. He's sitting, of course, on 28, and he's working his way up there. He's trying to get some farm. It looks like he is going to be going for that Midas or Treads, and decides to pick up the Gloves of Haste first. The Midas is done at about 8 minutes. Surprisingly enough, I felt like that was going to be earlier for Tabo. He's actually almost getting ganked here from Cakes. Cakes is out of mana. His Arcane Boots are on cooldown. He's only got 1 stick charge. So MS is getting caught out of position. Pulling in right now. Sunstrike is going to be off the mark just a little bit from Ryu. MSS goes down. They ping on him. Right clicks to their Venomous Gale. The dive going through. Sheep in trouble. One more right click should do the job, and it does. Now Pandago in trouble. Breathe Fire. The Dragon Knight rotated down. They take all 3. The Sunstrike not on point, meaning that, of course, they cannot get the kill on Klotz, who is actually rather low. He does have time lapse, as you can see. Top lane dive coming in. Cakes wants this kill. He's got right clicks. He can't get it, though. He has no mana in the bank. And that means that top lane, no kill. Bottom lane gets traded. Sunstrike! Yes! Ryu!
Under attack.
Oh man, what a freaking player. Pandago gets Breathe Fire and Dragon Tail. Louch, Elder Dragon Form going there. He's tanky. They got no armor reduction right now. Pandago, Telekinesis, Frostbite on MSS. Fade Bolt damage is there. Kitty coming from the backside. Pull onto Ned. Where's the damage? It's there with the Static Remnant. MSS can't ball lightning away. Dragon Tail, he's low. He'll go down. What a shot coming from Sheep. Power shot going through. It's only level 1 though. But look at Louch. He's low. The tower damage is going. There's the poison over the right click. Sheep's cleaning up. Sunstrike. He gets it again. Ryu's dominating. He's on point. After a bit of a misplay, he gets 2 right in a row. Sheep looking for this kill. Power shot. Snipe him. He gets it. Double kill for Sheep. They turn it around. What a fight coming out from the team of Pretty Boy Swag. Damn. Wow.
Dire's structures
And look at this, 2 Force Spirits going for Ryu, easily taking this tier 1 tower, but top, Cake's in a bit of trouble right now. Frostbite's gonna go, he's gonna fall. It looks like Cloth picks up a much needed kill. He's gonna pick up his Midas as well at 10 minutes in. He does need that, as they are getting Midases on the other side with Pretty Boy Swag grabbing the Invoker Midas. So an action-packed game at 10 minutes in, ladies and gentlemen. I don't think you could ask for much more here. And so we're having a good time right now. 8-8's the score at 10 minutes. MSS trying to get some farms, still with Brown Boots. Levels have becoming a bit of an issue for him, so the Invoker is going to be a big deal, I feel like. I think if anyone's going to carry this game right now, it's Ryu. With the amount of Sunstrike kills he's gotten 4 Sunstrike kills, all of those kills from Sunstrikes. His Force Staff is done. He's about to get it with, of course, that Hand of Midas, which means a lot more mobility, obviously. And he'll probably pick up some like Phase Treads in just a moment here, so we'll see what happens. There it is. Force Staff is done right now. And they're going to try to pick up some farm here for Pandago, and he, of course, has 2 points into the wards, 2 points to this thing, 1 point to the Venom Scale, so not a big surprise there. Top lane is kind of, they rotated out of that aggressive tri-lane, and I like that decision. Just try to get Klotz farm now. He's only sitting on 37 last hit, so the good thing is he's only down by 1 to MSX, who's been having a bit of a rough game. Usually see him perform a little bit better, obviously, so we'll see what happens. TP not coming in. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to remind everybody that if you are having lag issues, I'm not dropping any frames, so it's Twitch server side. It has nothing to do with us. My apologies if that is the case, but it happens from time to time, so. Coming in is going to be the Rubik there with the Fade Bolt. Top lane. Cake's trying to go in Clots, taking a bit of damage. He does have time lapse. There's 3 heroes here ready to push in from the side of Pandago, Ryu, and everybody else from Pretty Boy Swag. Louch is here. He has Elder Dragon Form. They've got to be careful, because look at what Swag and Tiger's doing. They're all right around here, but they are going to get this tower. It looks like no. The deny coming through. Now Telekinesis. There's the Dragon Tail. Crystalnova. So much damage. Nature's Wrath. Pretty Boy Swag getting absolutely wrecked. Pandago might be next to fall. He's so low. The right click Sheep does TP out in time. There's going to be the Chakram coming through from Gigs, but only trying to push them back. They can dive if necessary. MSS is nowhere near that fight. Not a good engagement from Pretty Boy Swag there.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
So Ryu, he's been on point with the Sunstrikes, but you can't really be in the front lines as an Invoker with that many heroes around with the Elder Dragon Form being used, obviously, from the Dragon Knight. MSS is the one that needs to be kind of in and out, zipping through, and obviously Timbersaw is going to be the one on the front lines doing all of the damage, but he wasn't there in that engagement. He was up top trying to chase around the Weaver, obviously. Weaver not going down, just getting harassed there. MSS is getting that nice free farm. He's going to be going Orc Malevolence here. It looks like he's got that Robe of the Magi, so a smart little play. There is this nice lane ward here coming out from the Dire team, just to scout anything out here in the jungle, and they'll see that Invoker's nearby, so they'll stay down here, maybe try to defend this tier 1 tower, which is rather low, as you can see, so they want to try to 5-man and try to attack this from Pretty Boy Swag side, so. So Swag and Tiger have been playing very well. Ned's sitting, of course, on his boots. He's got his Observe Ward. Arcane Boots for the Rubik right now. 420's been playing very well with his Telekinesis. Elder Dragon form, not ready for, of course, the DK. He'll have to be careful. Right click's coming through. There's the tower going for Invoker this time around. No deny. He says, thank you very much, I'll take it. Top lane, Klotz is actually finding a lot of room to farm right now. He's sending on 46 last hits. His net worth is not the highest, but he's getting there, and he has that Midas. So Tavo as well is doing very well with his own Midas. So 2 Midas is coming through for this team. Ball Lightning coming through. They want to try to fight. TP's up now. Sunstrike falling. Tavo, he actually just hits it. I thought it was going to miss there. Nature's Wrath is going to go. Elijah actually takes a kill down in that bottom lane. Now Sheep sprouted up. Windrush, but the right click damage there. Shikuchi as well. A bit of trouble. All of a sudden, 3 go down. And Swag and Tiger playing on top of their game right now, taking 3 easy kills against Pretty Boy Swag. And down bottom, where you is just going to try to farm, but this has not been a good sort of early game for Pretty Boy Swag. As you can see, Tavo has been firing on all cylinders, pretty much TPing wherever necessary. Latch is here. Elder Dragon form is up. That's going to be, of course, the Red Dragon form, which is huge. That splash damage does some work early on in this game. Shadowblade now done. Going for some more of the more split push oriented lineup, rather than like a Necro Book or something like an Orchid or something along those lines. You go for the Shadowblade first, and that's something that you used to see a lot in 6.78, but not so much in 6.79, especially after the nerf to that item. So Tavo going for the Shadowblade, I certainly do like it. I think it's a good pickup for him. And with the Brown Boots as well, he'll start doing a lot of damage. One thing I don't like is, as the Nature's Prophet, you generally want to go in laning. You want to pick up Phase Boots as quickly as possible, and they decided not to do that. So I feel like he could have been even more effective had he had Phase Boots, but then again, he's got 7,000 net worth right now. He's been involved in a lot of the kills, so what can you say about this Nature's Prophet? You know, I'm giving him a harsh time, I feel like. So, on the other side of things, the Pretty Boy Swag have got to try to get back into it. And the problem is MSS is only sitting on 1 Oblivion staff. If he gets that Orc Malevolence, it's going to be huge against the Weaver. But Weaver is also pretty close to his Lincoln Sphere. I mean, he has a Midas, obviously, and pretty close as a relative term, but you know, you're going to get a lot more farm with the right clicks he's getting, with the last hits he's getting in the jungle, obviously, the Midas being used on cooldown, and even the kills he's been involved in at 4, 3, and 3. So, despite Pretty Boy Swag having a good early game, of course, in the jungle, or excuse me, in the bottom lane, it doesn't seem to really be going their way right now. The graphs are telling a story of 1,000 gold in favor of Swag and Tiger. Not a big lead, but still decent. 3,000 experience lead going for them as well. And Ned, Louch, and 420 are going to smoke up, maybe looking for a pickoff, and they need to keep the pressure on, and I love this play from them. So if they go in the jungle, they might find a kill, but they've got to be careful because everyone from Pretty Boy Swag is pretty much right around the same area. Up at the top lane, you can see Tavo is just trying to get some farm here, and he's doing a nice job. He's going to start split pushing more effectively with that Shadowblade, and maybe even another item. He's got level 2 Nature's Wrath as well, and like I said, level 2 Ultimate is really when you become kind of frustrating to deal with, and they have it right now on their Elder Dragon form, their Dragon Knight as well. So Smoke does, of course, wear out, and they don't get everything done with it. 16-minute room.
Middle tower
picked up, it looks like.
Attack.
Double damage actually on the DK right now. Haste rune on. There's actually a haste going for MSS. The double damage is about to go. There it goes.
Double damage.
They tried to bottle up for a long time, but unfortunately not being able to use it in that smoke gank, sadly. Had they used the double damage rune in the smoke gank, I feel like they could have gotten a whole lot done there, so. Up at the top lane, Cakes is trying to farm away as well. He's not been as effective as you would like to see from a Timbersaw. Smoking a seat used from the Rubik right now. Looking to maybe pick off a hero or two in the jungle. And he may very well find it with Sheep there. Obviously, they have this nice little ward placement. Plus, the shrews are cleared, so they have pretty decent vision here. Smoke is not going to catch out the Dragon Knight. It's not going to catch out 420. He's going to get spotted. Fandango in trouble. Drag Deal up onto the high ground. He is going to get breath fired. He is absolutely rocked. And that's another ownage kill coming out from Swag on Tiger. You can see Ryu backing off as well. And they're just kind of gaining map control now. And Invoker actually walking right by the Louch. There's going to be a TP, and they have vision of the Invoker. 4 staff away, it looks like. Ned getting spotted by everything. Shadowblade going as well. Tavo's here. They don't have any sentry wards right now.
Radiant's bottom tower is
going
under
through.
attack.
Tavo's going to farm that.
Radiant's bottom tower.
They take that
has
bottom
fallen.
tier 1 tower with Weaver just kind of pushing, and they really can't do much against that. Lincoln Sphere recipe's done. Just needs the Ultimate Orb right now. And now DK picks up a Shadowblade, which is still a very strong item for that hero. And some people don't pick that item up anymore. I still think it's very good, especially for the DK. Just try to get solo kills and be very effective in it. So With that, of course, Shadow Blade, he can start going through the jungle a bit more with this ward. If they get another ward aggressively here in the jungle, they can certainly get a lot of kills. Cakes up at the top lane is alone. Tablo's here right-clicking. There's the Sprout. Ned's here with the Crystal Nova as well as the Frostbite. There's the Frostbite. Oh, and Freezing Field just to get this kill. Sunstrike not on the mark this time around. So 18 minutes in, and Swag and Tiger are still rolling on all cylinders, and Pretty Boy Swag are slowly losing this game, essentially. They've got to try to find a way to get back into it, and the way that they're farming right now is not the way to do so. Invoker still has that Midas, still going to be very effective as the game rolls on. Even against a Lincoln Sphere Weaver, it's still going to be pretty nice to, of course, have all of those abilities to use at your repertoire. So, 19 minutes in. And Pretty Boy Swag continues to farm. On the other side of things, so does Swag and Tiger. They know they have kind of late game here with Lincoln Sphere, with the right-click damage of Weaver. Obviously, Nature's Prophet split pushing and DK being very effective. I feel like their lineup is more well-rounded than Pretty Boy Swag's lineup. So this is going to be problematic, especially with all of the decent supports they have to catch heroes out of position and how they're getting farm. They're not too far behind everybody else, really. I mean, you look at it, they're at least above the two supports on the side of Pretty Boy Swag, so... For right now, Pretty Boy Swag, they've got to do something, and they're just losing more and more lead here. And getting a deficit of 3,000 gold lead, 5,000 experience, so it's becoming very problematic for them. Klotz is farming very effectively, like I keep talking about, 420. He's picked up a 4-staff for himself, actually. And it looks like for the time being, Swag and Tiger, they're just going to try to knock down objectives as they continue on farming. So they'll probably go for this tier 1 tower mid next. I'm very surprised that they aren't. They're actually just going to look for maybe a fight down in that bottom jungle, but there are, of course, Plague Wards scouting everything out, even though there is that Shadow Blade. They can see maybe some aggression coming through as they saw them in lane, and then they backed off, obviously. So Ryu is sitting on 3,200 gold right now. I'm not sure what he's going to pick up for his next item, but he's got plenty of time for that. Cakes is not building his Bloodstone just yet. You like to see it around like 16, 17 minutes. It's not quite there. He only has Perseverance and, of course, the Point Booster. He still needs that Vitality Booster to finish everything off, so... He's close, but not quite there just yet. And the Orchid is going to be the big issue coming out from MSS, who's right now just gotten it, actually. So, and he actually used it as well. So it looks like he was trying to gank somewhere, didn't get anything done. But now that the Orchid's done, maybe they can start turning things around. Maybe they go for another item soon. Something like what Invoker could pick up. He still has 3,200 gold in the bank. I'm not sure what he's buying. Nothing's on the courier just yet. So Ryu's item choice is going to be, you know... It's going to be interesting when it comes out, but for right now, we're not quite sure what that is. Frostbite's going to go on this Forge Spirit, trying to push everything back. The Crystal Nova as well. For Forge Spirit, does die. So they're going to go for Roshan right now. They do have a bit of... they've got a double damage rune, so why not? Obviously, the Lincoln Sphere is done. They have the treants to try to tank this up as well. Tabo can make new ones if he wants to, and will. So, yeah, Roshan is going to go for Swag Integrate. It looks like Pretty Boy Swag either knows this is happening, they don't really care about it, or, yeah, they know it's happening right now. The Sunstrike's going to come through. It's going to be a little bit too late, though. So, free Aegis going out to the side of Swag and Tiger, and that just means more troubles for the Radiant team. And now this is going to be a moment where they have to try to defend, but it's going to be difficult because they have to do it with, of course, the threat of a Nature's Prophet just fighting and being everywhere and split pushing. So he's also going for Orchid next, and he's actually pretty much got it. He's got a lot of money in the bank right now, and Midas is going to get him even closer. So at least he picks up a Necro Book 2 coming out from Ryu right now, but, you know, is that going to be effective enough? It's not like, obviously, an Adkins or a Sight Device. It's not quite what you expect, but it's still something. And on the other side of things, what is MS going to go for? I'm not kind of sure myself, so... Wow, that Orchid is already done. This Nature's Prophet is very farmed. He's level 15. Oh my god, he's got 139 last hits. His GPM is at 527. Tavo is going crazy. So they'll push back this mid lane right now. Smoke of Deceit actually is going to be used. I just saw the edge of it there. Lalach's going to lead the way. And they'll try to find something. He's going to use his Shadow Blade, go into the jungle right now, and try to pick somebody off. And the first hero they're going to find is Cakes, and he's got to be very careful. He's going to have to Timber Chain away. He gets spotted. He just says, nope. He nopes right the fuck out of there. So, decides against going right in. He's actually sitting here. I'm not sure why. He should know that they're all coming. And he can see the Dragon Knight now. The Dragon Form might go out in just a second. Timber Chain away. And well, everything was stuffed out here, and I'm not sure they'll want to continue on this game. They do have the Nature's Prophet can TP in pretty much whenever, and all 5 of their heroes would be there. But they decide against it. Aegis is up, like I talked about, for the Weaver. He's got the Lincoln Sphere. His treads are finished up as well. And now is the path to the Desolator, I believe. So the good thing is they have the Lincoln Sphere, but it's only 1 Lincoln Sphere, so if they use a lot of spells, they can coordinate a kill to pick up that Weaver, especially with MSS and how mobile he is. So here we go. Tier 1 tower is going to be pushed into right now. TP coming in from top. He'll make the trance. He was going to try to maybe fight on Cakes, but decides against it. And it looks like they'll try to trade Tier 1 for Tier 1, but it looks like that's not going to happen. This tower is too high. They didn't use the fortification. Weaver takes the kill. Dire structures do get fortified, and now it looks like they want to try to push into the Tier 2 tower, which means that Pretty Boy Swag will have to TP back in, or there will be a TP from the Nature's Prophet, and he's the only one right now. He can TP in, of course, to this Tier 2 tower with his, of course, teleport.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
One of his abilities, obviously. Chakram. Buckler was used. Well, they did get the kill. I missed that kill. Now they're going to TP in right now. Fortification's going to go. Can they try to fight? This is the question. Cakes is looking to try to initiate here, and they'll just push this back. So nice little pick up on that Tier 1 tower top, and, of course, the kill on that Nature's Prophet, which is very nice for Pandega to get some much-needed farm. And Dust was used a little bit early from Ryu. So yeah, Mech is done for, obviously, Sheep. Pandega is going to go for an Necro Book of his own. Bloodstone is now done for Cakes, and MSS is still going towards a BKB next, it looks like. Everyone's here in the bottom jungle looking to try to just farm up. Elder Dragon form was used not too long ago. It's going to be on cooldown here for a minute and just a couple of seconds as it's still going. Shadowblade is just trying to pick something up. He's going to go for BKB next, which is generally what you see with your first pickup on a DK, but not this time around. So Necronomicon, that's level 3 now for Ryu, and this is going to start being problematic for Swag and Tiger. Now that they've got to deal with 2 Necrobooks, it's going to be kind of interesting. So we'll see how they deal with this effectively. They do have the split push from Nature's Prophet. He didn't go Necrobooks himself, and he probably should have, but it's not that big of a deal. So now the question is, what does Ryu pick up next? Looks like what was stolen there. Now, Tornado, nice play onto the Weaver. Weaver getting caught up with the Chakram as well, but nothing to really catch him down there and just get him out of position, or at least just disable him. And obviously had his Lincoln Sphere. Pandago getting caught out. You can see he throws up that Sentry Ward. TP coming in. Oh, Pandago gets orchided up as well. The right clicks are there. Pandago looks like he's about to fall, and will. Weaver picking up a nice kill. Just Tavo being as effective as always, and poor Pandago not being in the best position. So now for Swag and Tiger, they're just going to push down these Tier 2 towers and take all the objectives, especially with the Aegis. And there's not much that they could do on the side of Pretty Boy Swag here until they get some more items, or just start playing as 5, and that's going to be difficult to do. Sheep is going to get pushed back away from this tower. Tier 2 tower. Fortification was already used, and so just a free tower going their way. Ball Lightning from MSS doesn't decide to go in, obviously. He's just trying to farm more. He wants that BKB before he really wants to try to fight, and I think that's a smart play. So maybe MSS, if he gets that BKB, they could be more effective in taking down heroes and getting fights going their way.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
The good thing is Ryu, Case is like 2,000 gold in the bank. Now, Ryu in some trouble, got Dragon Tailed, Orchid Malevolence as well. Right click is there. He does use, of course, he's going to pop anyways. He already used his Necro Book, but it didn't matter. It was just too much damage coming in. He was way out of position, way too much forward. 420 actually killed that Necro Warrior and pretty much almost killed himself, so that's kind of not a good idea. Ryu goes down for 48 seconds, and they're just getting picked off way too often here. It's a bit of a problem. Shackle Shot breaks the Lincoln Sphere, but no way to catch him out of position, sadly. And now he's actually going for BKB as well. So now he's going to be pretty unstoppable. It's a very defensive build, but once he picks up a damage again after that BKB, he's going to be really difficult to deal with. His Aegis is reclaimed now. He has to be a little bit more careful. Tavo is all over the map farming. His next item is going to be a set device, it looks like, and that's more lockdown that they really don't need for Pretty Boy Swag. I mean, Pretty Boy Swag is already, dealing with enough as it is, so MSS is really just up against the clock right now, and he is close to that BKB. It looks like he's got 1,300 gold in the bank. There should be Mithril Hammer on the courier or something along those lines. Maybe not. That's actually the recipe. So he actually needs 1,500 just to finish up that Mithril Hammer and pick up the BKB, and then maybe they start fighting. But now the problem is you've got one Cure with the BKB and a Lincoln Sphere, another Cure who's building towards that BKB and he's very close to it. There's Gem of True set up on the Crystal Maiden, which means that they have plenty of vision protection, what have you. They have a mech there as well for the CM. Rubik's on his 4-staff. I mean, even the supports are farmed. He's actually got an ultimate orb, which means that if he's going to get another fight going his way, he's probably going to have a Scythe device in relatively short order. So already you're like, oh, that's a bit of farm for Rubik. So Pretty Boy Swag is feeling a little bit under pressure now, to say the least. And Swag and Tiger, they just need to keep playing like this, and they're going to win the game, honestly. They just need to get the BKBs up, push when they need to, get Aegises, take Roshans, take towers, and then get pickoffs, whether with a Smoke of Deceit or with a team fight. They could do both at this scenario. There's a way Pretty Boy Swag can win a team fight, but it's going to be tough. They do have that Necro 3. They need MSS to pick up that BKB like I keep talking about, but for right now, Swag and Tiger is in a position where they can easily take this game. So now the Gem of True side is up for Sheep, and that's actually a big pickup against the Weaver. Now they do have that. The thing is, though, are they going to be able to break the Lincoln Sphere? Is the BKB going to be up? Is it going to be a 10-second BKB charge? And they didn't even know he was building it, really. I mean, he didn't have his Ogre Club or his Mithril Hammer or his recipe on him when he was farming, so it's going to be kind of a surprise when they see that BKB for the first time. They're hoping that he's building towards the Deso, and that's just not the case. Now more Ancients going to the side of Swag and Tiger, which means that they've got a little bit more gold going for them. That BKB is very close to being done for that Dragonite, and when that happens, not only is he tanky, but he's going to be hard to kill because, of course, you can't focus him down with anything like an Electric Vortex. However, on the other side of things, Weaver, they do see that as BKB now, and they know that it's going to be tough to kill him. If they can go in Orchid, Electric Vortex, and maybe they can grab a kill, but it's not going to be the case. Invoker actually picks off the kill on the Nature's Prophet, a big solo kill there. I missed what was happening. He came from the backside. You could see Klotz right now can BKB, no TP though, and they may not know that he's there. The smoke does wear off, and Pandago's going to run right into Klotz, and oh, Pandago, don't fight that, you're alone. No. Klotz is going to try to fight now. He has that BKB, he's going to use it. Now MS is going to go right in time lapse. Pandago very low, trying to get out now. The solo kill goes his way. Can Klotz get out of there in time? Sheep needs to win run ahead. Now the Shikuchi done. BKB as well. Klotz falls. A good trade. Pandago does fall in the end, but still a better pickup for them than it was for, of course, the Weaver. Not a bad trade there, but here you can see, oh, they have the Necro Warrior, which gave them vision. Cake's getting caught out of position. He has that Bloodstone. He's kind of a tanky as well. Shackle Shot not latching too far away from the tree as well. Chakram, Cake's caught way out of position. Swag and Tire looking to try to turn this around. Earn charge. Telekinesis. Cake's in trouble. Timber Chain needs to go. He's getting slow with Chakram. He's going to get away. It looks like he will suicide in the end. Now, Sunstrike hitting on Ned, doing a lot of damage, but he will survive in the end. So, nice little denial coming out. He's down for a period of time. That was 8 charges, and so now he's down below average here for those Bloodstone charges. He's only down for about 20 seconds, so not the worst death in the world, especially since he did deny himself, but still. So for right now, 11 to 19, the gold graph is still 7,500 in favor of Swag, and Tiger's pretty damn good, and 7,500 experience as well, so. So Ryu, just going to continue to farm right now. Same thing, of course, with the Storm Spirit, but this is where it becomes an issue, is that Tavo is now going to be contributing as this semi-carry into this game, and this is what happens. Cakes wasn't able to pick up a kill in that top lane, didn't get any help. Ned, Sunstrike! Oh, not enough damage again. Ryu, you're getting close, man, but no cigar. So,
Warriors of the wood.
Down in this bottom lane, you can see Tavo is here trying to split push, and it looks like he's got Truant scouting everything out for him. They do see Pandago there, obviously, and pings are coming out just saying, okay, don't stay down there too long. We don't want you to go away and give a free kill up again. So, in the mid lane right now, Cakes is just sitting on what seems to be a Scythe device recipe, I'd imagine. No, Lincoln Sphere, that's what he's going to be going for. So he's just trying to make sure he doesn't get caught out of position with that Dragon Tail again, or Telekinesis, or Frostbite, or what have you. So, not a bad pickup for him, just to try to be a little bit more effective in these fights.
I'm over here. I'm over here.
The real problem is, can they get these BKB charges low enough to start really fighting and being effective? Because when these BKB charges are at 10 seconds or 9 seconds, they start engaging in team fights. Swag and Tiger's going to win every time. and Pretty Boy Swag don't have anything really to combat that with. MSS does pretty much all magic damage, and he does have that BKB and an Orchid, but is that going to be enough? I mean, his net worth is still pretty devastatingly low in comparison to, like, even the Invoker. He's almost got an Aghanim Scepter. Ryu's doing very well in his farm. In fact, he does. He's going to pick it up at the side shop there, the secret shop with his, of course, Courier, fly the point booster to him. And there's going to be another Roche going to the way of Swag and Tiger, and that's another Aegis. And I talked about it. Listen, you've got a lead. This is one way to increase it, but are they going to fight this? I mean, they know that they're there. They're backing out of the pit right now. Chakram's going to push them back as well. Of course, the Necro Warrior and the Necro Archer are there. Forge Spirit's going to push them away, and they want to try to defend this, but the problem is Tavo is going to try to take this tier 2 tower with Split Push, and now really the Nature's Prophet Dota starts coming into full effect here. He looks like he's trying to TP out or just sitting into, of course, the sidelines here. Aghanim Scepter is done. It does fly out to the Invoker right now. They're ready to try and fight this, trying to get into, of course, the rush, but they know that with their 2-2 tower under pressure, they've got to do something here with the time allotted to them, and they will try to take this down. If they get this Aegis, this might be the start of a comeback. Shackle Shot, oh, if that Lincoln's wasn't there, that would have been a huge shackle coming in. Now the other Dragon Form, BKB is going to fly as well. There's the poison of a BKB's go for 2 heroes. Can they outlast this? Invoker taking damage. There's the Orchid up on Sheep right now. In some trouble. There's 1 kill. 2 immediately. Both supports dead in the water. So is Sheep. Now on the other side of things, Dragon Knight chasing after Banango. He's low. Right click's coming through from the Nature's Prophet. You can see KJ Forever trying to take down the Louch, but Klot's doing work on Case. He's low. He's hexed up. Breathe Fire. Deafening Blast. MSS trying to take all this on his own. Can he do it? Orchid on him. Now Invoker and him have to back off. They are alone. Double kill for MSS. He's low. Ball lightning away. And TP. Dragon Tail. Yes, MSS is going to fall. That's on a killing spree for, of course, the DK. Now getting chased down. Invoker has got no mana. He already used his Ghost Walk. He's got it again in 1 second. There it goes. Do they have detection? They had that Gem of Truth set up in the Crystal Min. I'm not sure who it's on now, but Invoker does get out alive, but that fight goes well in way, of course, Swag and Tiger. They did have a buyback coming through from their Rubik player, and if he had not been there, maybe it goes a bit differently, but Tavo coming through with the Orc Malevolence obviously being a big difference maker in that team fight. So they're going to get a free, well, not free necessarily, but they're going to get an Aegis here coming out from Swag and Tiger. And another one that is going to be super useful. Looks like it's going to go to Weaver once again. His Desolator is almost there. He just needs one more hit, Mithril Hammer, and now it's really just, you know, the backs of PBS are up against the wall. To use another cliche, I'm sure you guys all love it. And the problem is, Pandago's had this Belt of Strength and Staff of Wizardry for like an hour, it seems like. Obviously not an hour, but still a pretty long time, so he can't quite get to his Necro 1, which is problematic. You really would like to see him have that item. Unfortunately, it's just not there yet. And Cakes is only sitting at 5 Bloodstone charges as well, so this is a tough game. Tough game coming out from Pretty Boy Swag. And I gotta say, Swag on Tiger is just firing on all cylinders. I was trying to like think of a way to just like go from firing on all cylinders to another like cliche that wasn't used as often, and it not quite couldn't figure one out there, sadly. So, oh well. I'm sure you guys love my cliches. Alright, Invoker. So, I mean, like, now what do you do here in this scenario? You've got a big deficit, and do you try to fight? Do you try to just say, okay, we're down already, we need to get back into this one and do something crazy, or do you try something else? I'm not quite sure what you do in this scenario here, because you have to deal with split push as well. So if you try to fight, then there's an opportunity that your tier 2 or something is going to go down. Klotz, oh, the tornado just misses as the time lapse was there. So the smoke is up and ready to go for DK. Everyone else pretty much here for Swag and Tiger, and this is something I've been really impressed from Swag and Tiger. They've been smoking non-stop. It's just been every single moment they keep smoking, just trying to find pickoffs after pickoffs after pickoffs. So and the net worth has been predominantly in favor of this Nature's Prophet for the entire game. He's sitting at 3,600 in gold. He's got his Orchid, his Scythe, he's got his Shadowblade, he's got his Hand of Midas. He's got everything going for him right now, and he continues to. So the question is, what does he build next? Does he build like a Desolator? Because why not get more damage? Does he build a Necro Book? Because why not split push even more? Why not be even more Rat Dodo? And I'm not quite sure. I think he's got a lot of options going for him here, and really, the world is his oyster. God damn it, I need to stop using cliches. Seriously. Now, Tornado. Deafening Blast onto 2. A lot of damage, but here we go. MSS trying to fight. There's going to be the BKB charge going. Ned getting picked off next. You can see they do pick up, of course. Nobody here. Finally, they do pick up the Invoker buyback coming through. Klotz BKB being used as well. MSS TP's away after he gets 2 supports. MSS just firing in and just trying to get easy kills, and he does. Now Cake's continuing to push here. A lot of damage coming through. Klotz has that Aegis time-lapse going through. Cake's in some trouble. Poison Nova. The Aegis is about to fall there. It looks like Shikuchi's up and ready in just a moment. Here's Tavo. Right clicks. Triple kill. They die back there for Ryu. Not the best play he's made. TP coming through. Dragon Tail is available in 1 second. Not there, sadly. Aegis is used. They lose another bad trade for Pretty Boy Swag, and Swag and Tiger take a nice kill going their way.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
Oh, man. And now they're going to catch even more. Nice Orchid going in, but it doesn't stop the kill going on to poor Bandego on that Venomancer. So the pull will go on to the Dragon Knight. Is there enough damage? Static Remnant, and the Dragon Tail is going to try to fight up onto the high ground, but his Elder Dragon form is done. Hex is up on MSS. They don't even care. They're going to town right now on the backside. Talbot just comes through and wrecks everybody. It's a team up coming through. Pretty Boy Swag is done. They're on the sideline, and their tier 3 tower, well, it's about to die, it looks like. Desolator done. Klotz looks like he's going to take this one, and I'm not sure what you could do here for Pretty Boy Swag. They're going to lose game number 1, and maybe not the best draft going their way. I talked about not having lockdown, and really they went with kind of an interesting lineup. MSS kind of not necessarily got shut down, but his farm wasn't what he needed it to be. Invoker went for an Echobook, and that didn't really stop them from doing what they wanted to do on the side of Swag and Tiger. The right click is too much. The Rat Dodo is too much. Cakes is going to fall next, it looks like. Oh, he just lives, but actually he doesn't get into the well. He's going to sit into, of course, the side of the well. Can get in there in just a second, but the top Raxes are going to fall. Mission accomplished coming out from Swag and Tiger. They're going to look for another set of Raxes here. Maybe if they want to play this a little more safe, just make sure that they maybe wait for another Aegis here, or they could just go straight in for another tier 3 tower. They have quite a bit of teamfight potential. They've got a lot of fighting potential. 5,000 even gold in the Dragon. So even if they do die, they have buyback ready to go. The dieback was there for the Invoker. He's back up and alive. Daedalus is done now, and so it's the right click instead of the Rat Dota coming out for the Nature's Prophet. And yeah, it's too much damage, I think. And it looks like Swag and Tiger are going to take this. Pretty Boy Swag played okay, especially in that bottom tri-lane, which they pretty much won. But it was just too difficult to deal with the Weaver and the Nature's Prophet together. The Dragon Knight on top of that. Swag and Tiger got everything they wanted and just went to town on Pretty Boy Swag. And I don't think Pretty Boy Swag were really ready for it, so I really didn't like the draft either, obviously. And the game's not over yet, but it'd take a pretty big miracle, I feel like, especially with the Heart being done, obviously the AC being done. And the Heart's done for the Weaver, which you don't see a whole lot, but it's still a nice little item, and DK picking up the AC. So not only is there a whole lot of armor reduction, I mean like a shit ton of armor reduction, but there's also a lot of tankiness coming out from pretty much 3 of their core heroes. And even the Nature's Prophet's pretty tanky here. I mean, he's sitting at almost 2,000 health, so this is a scenario where there's not much you can do, I think, and MSS is just getting spooked by a little illusion here, and this has just been how the game's gone. So anytime they see something, you know, a little bit unusual, they know that they're probably getting ganked, you know, 90% of the time. So still, though, obviously it's a best-of-5 series. It's not like, once again, this game's not over yet, but in the event that Pretty Boy Swag do lose this one, they have 4 more games. Well, actually, they have 2 more games to get it back going, really. Nope, that's unfortunate. So we'll have a quick pause as Ryu has been disconnected. Once again, I want to thank everybody for joining us here, obviously. It's the Dota 2 Canada Cup Finals here. Grand Finals, obviously. Best-of-5 series. My name is Mon. I'll be joined by Helium Umbrella in just a couple of moments, once this game does end, so Dragon Tail flying right on through for poor Ryu. He gets sexed up as well. He was just called way out of position. They just kind of, they didn't really do the mana thing there, I'm going to be honest. Like, when somebody disconnects, you generally let them go back home, but no mercy, apparently, for the Brazilian squad. Sheep in a little bit of trouble there as well. He's about to fall, and that's going to be the Gemini attack doing work there for a double kill for Klotz now, and now looking for a tier 3 tower to finish it all off, and perhaps a set of Rex as well. So GG is in fact called. That is going to be game number 1, ladies and gentlemen, and it's going to go to Swag and Tiger. And a really well played game at 41 minutes in. Just nice play all around. Good draft. Solid play. Good pickoffs. I really enjoyed those Smoke of Deceit ganks coming through pretty much throughout the entire mid game. So we'll get Helium on here real quick. We'll get ready for game number 2, and we'll jump into a quick break, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for joining us here. My name is Mont. Follow me at Mont2 on Twitter. That's twitter.com/Mont2. Damn it. And we're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back, guys.